see if I can get myself back out. Here's my entranceway. It's really uncomfortable out there. Feels like the tarp's giving birth to me when I come out of here. So I've got a new tarp setup to try this week, and it was actually one that was suggested by you guys. So that'll be a first giving that a go. I'm in this forest tonight, so I'll be able to give it a real test. But that's not the only first this week. I'm also going to be cooking, I took my head off. I'm also going to be cooking an ostrich steak on the stove. So I've no idea how that's going to go, but I'm sure we're going to find out. Just been scouting around for somewhere to set the tarp up, and this little spot here looks great. If I put the tarp between these two little trees, I'll just clear some of the debris off the floor. I think that'll be perfect. It's nice and flat. I've got the sunlight coming through the trees above as well. Makes such a difference just clearing all the dead leaves off there. I can see what I've got to work with now, and it's really flat here, so looks like I've picked a good location. So this week I'm going to be setting up what's called the pyramid shelter using the DD Hammocks 3x3 multicam tarp. I've just gone with the multicam because we're in the woodland and it blends in nicely. So all you're going to need for this configuration is just your tarp, one trekking pole and a set of pegs. Just square that off first. Just peg those corners out at the back. If you just come to the front corner and take the loop, you're just going to bring that to meet the middle loop in the centre of the tarp and just peg that down. You'll find the loop won't actually reach all the way to the centre one. There's not enough stretch in it, so it will sit slightly behind the front of the tarp. And then the same on the other side. So you should end up with what looks like a bit of a triangle shape, and you'll have this entranceway here, which is where I'll need to struggle to get in and put a hiking pole in the middle. Yeah, that's not easy. Just try and get this hiking pole at the right height, and I've pulled the peg out. Can't seem to win. I either go somewhere where the ground's full of rocks, or I go somewhere where it's that soft the pegs just come out. Right, take two. Nice, how do we get out now? There we go. That was a bit of fun. Well, that looks like a pyramid shape to me. I'm going to peg these out just so it's got a bit more structure. It's quite funny actually when you're in there. I wouldn't recommend this if you're claustrophobic, because this sort of flap or door, it sort of closes over on you and you can't find where the exit is. And I think that can just come outside. There we go. And I can peg that down from the inside or the outside. And that's bomb proof now. If it started pouring down, which it's not going to do, it's far too nice for that, fingers crossed, then at least you're completely enclosed in here. And that's exactly the purpose of this shelter. You can just close yourself off completely, and then if it's raining or it's windy, nothing's going to get wet in there, and you're completely out the elements. It was actually really simple to put that up, to be honest with you. It was actually quicker than the previous tarp video I did with the tarp tent, because there's no guidelines to put out. That's perfect. Really happy with that. I think what I'll do is just bring some of these dead leaves up against the gaps at the bottom of the tarp. Just stops the draft coming in tonight. Let's get some gear inside, shall we? Show you guys what it's like in there. Well, first thing I've noticed, it's like a sauna in here because the sun's shining on one side. Just keeps the heat in, so there's no chance of being cold tonight. And that's probably a good thing, to be honest, because I didn't actually bring a sleeping bag. I've just brought my down blanket and obviously an insulated mat, so that should be warm enough. It's not going to be a cold night, so I think I'll be fine. But in terms of space, there's not loads of room. I think I'm going to end up sleeping on the back here, the sort of back wall, if you will. That seems to be where there's the most space. And then I can put all my gear along one of the two sides, so that'll work quite nicely. I'm not hugely keen on having these poles right in the middle of the tarp, but I think I could have ran a ridge line between those two small trees, use that to pull out the middle of the tarp, but at the end of the way I've just got to be careful, don't knock it down, otherwise the whole tarp will collapse. So I'm just going to put down a ground sheet, DD Hammocks, magic carpet, inflatable mat, and as I said before, my down blanket and a pillow. These little down blankets are great, especially in the warmer months. So taking a huge sleeping bag with you. These just compress down into next to nothing, and you can sit outside with it around you as well if it's cold out. Love this pillow. This one's by Vango. I think it's called just the Thermo pillow, and it's really soft, nice and comfy to sleep on. And it's also great if you do have colder nights. It's got that thermal lining inside. But I'll link all my gear that I use in this video to the video description. And that's my bedding set up for the night. So now I can go and enjoy a bit of time outside. That multicam pattern on the tarp really blends in with the woodland, and I'm glad I did bring this because there's actually a footpath just beyond the foliage over there, and there's been people walking past with dogs. No one spotted me yet, and I don't think anyone will. So hopefully I won't get disturbed tonight and no one will know I'm here. I'll tell you what has managed to find me. All these midges. I've been bitten loads already, and I think there's quite a few of them in the tarp as well. So I'm probably going to end up getting bitten through the night. I'm so looking forward to this. How nice does that look on there? Ostrich fillet steak. It occurred to me when I was setting up the stove, downside to this tarp, it's so enclosed, you couldn't really do any cooking in there. So I'm glad it's a nice day working. Sit outside and make some food. The problem is all these midges, so many of them everywhere. I think they're about done. Whoa, that is smoking way too much. Can't believe that just happened. Oh my god. The whole pan went on fire then, even burnt my hand. What on earth? Give it another go, but can't be having things going on fire in the forest. Not gone the way I wanted it to. That's life, hey? I was going to take my time with this and make it look really nice for you guys, but I'd rather just get it cooked now before anything else goes wrong. Well, there we go guys. Ostrich fillet steak, tomatoes, mushrooms and some new potatoes. We got there in the end. Let's tuck in. I don't know why I started with the mushrooms. Ostrich steak in front of me. I'll start with mushrooms. It's a little bit more done than I'd want it, but it's still really nice. It's really gamey. It tastes a bit like venison actually. And I love venison. I think everyone's getting the tea at the minute. Midges won't stop biting me. I've had to come and sit inside guys. It's really uncomfortable out there. All those midges are just biting me non-stop. All over my hands and my face. Coming here for a bit of respite. I think it's safe to come out now. Most of those midges seem to have disappeared. I'm just having a walk away from the tarp towards where the footpaths are, just to see how good that woodland camo actually is, or multi-cam actually is. You can see how good of a job that camouflage pattern's doing. tarp is just behind those trees down there, and I don't think you'd notice it if you weren't looking for it. That is really impressive. Pretty much invisible. Doesn't half go dark quick in the forest. As soon as that sun goes down, it's pretty much pitch black. I'm surprised how well this shelter's kept the heat in, because the sun's not been on it for a couple of hours and it's still really warm in here. So I'm glad I didn't bother bringing my sleeping bag and just brought my down blanket. That should be enough for tonight. But this shelter's got loads of pros. Not only does it keep you out of the elements and keep the rain and the wind from coming in, but it also keeps the heat in as well. I think the only niggle with it is probably just the entrance. It's a bit of a awkward way to get in and out, but that's part of having an enclosed shelter, I suppose. There's got to be some compromise. Right guys, I'm going to get some sleep. I'll catch you in the morning. Good morning guys, I had a really good sleep last night. That was up until about 4:30 this morning when the birds started singing, which I thought was a little bit early, but they obviously didn't. So the pyramid shelter did hold up really well last night. It seemed to have kept most of the heat in and it didn't fall down, which is a bonus. So I'm really impressed with that. I would like to try it out in a bit more of an extreme weather scenario where it's raining or it's really windy. So next time I get that opportunity, I'll give it a go. But thanks very much to my viewers who suggested using the pyramid shelter. If you've got any other suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys.